Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you can like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. Let's get into the video.
Do it. Three things you do to optimize your training.
Take the juice.
That's it. It's got to be done.
Orange juice. Okay, so first thing I would do as a hobbyist, I'd openly say I'm a hobbyist, not a professional jiu-jitsu player, is schedule my sessions that I'm coming to train. Real basic. Every week I know what sessions that I'm going to do. Jotted them out in a journal. So most weeks it's going to be 3 sessions because I'm super obsessive with things and I just get injured the more that I do. So yeah, I try and aim for 3 sessions every week. Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 2 if I'm a little bit broken as the week goes on. So that would be the first one for me.
Oh, decent. That's I think my situation at the moment, like coaching like most nights of the week.
Yeah.
So my training sessions are a little less scheduled. Like I do have set days where I do make sure I train. But before I was coaching, I had a similar thing where it's like I had nights where were non-negotiable training nights, and then if I was feeling good, I'd go there. But yeah, for me, how do I optimize my training? I'd probably say I come in with objectives. Now, I don't just come in and go, okay, my objectives to smash this person or to nail this takedown. Like it might be this, like nail this takedown if I'm working on a specific takedown. Actually, yeah. But
Scissor
takedown every day. Anything that's just going to damage my partner's knees. Really. But yeah, like
We're joking, by the way. Relax.
where are we? But yeah, like I come in and work specifics, but now I do it like when I first started, I'd work on specific elements. So purple belt, I spent 2 years
Chasing the
just
back.
getting chased in the back. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. Like control, take the back, finish from the back, and it's just nailed that. At the moment now, I think due to my experience, I'm in a pretty privileged position where I can have objectives per round. So if I know someone who's got a good open guard, I'm good at attacking legs. So there, and I will try and stand in pass with him. Yeah. So my legs are exposed and it's easier for him to get in. With other players like Sam, really hard to get into to get onto my boil up passing. So I will specifically work that pass with him.
Danaher.
Danaher, yeah. You're Sam. And like Goa, I will specifically try and do judo style takedowns with him.
Judo black belt.
Yeah, judo black belt. Yeah.
Sandbagging.
Yes, fucking yeah.
Sandbagging on white belt.
Fucking threw someone over his shoulder in his first comp as a white belt, and he had to enter the blue belt division.
Yeah. Sandbagging back.
But yeah, I'll do judo style takedowns only against him rather than trying to wrestle him. Yeah. So I will try and play into my opponent's strengths to work on areas that I want to improve on. So whether that's per round or per session or per certain time frame, I will set objectives and I will kind of obsess over those areas that I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, nice one. So are we doing 3 points here?
Yeah, 3.
So my second point would be every time I spar, I start at a low intensity and I build. And when the round timer goes off, I try and force people to carry on sparring.
30-minute rounds at a time.
I try and give them the nod to keep sparring. But I've just always loved sparring this way. If someone wants to go level 10, I'll happily start at level 5 and let them gas out and rise up around the 3-minute level and drown them.
When they've gone from level 10 to level 3, and you're just going, I'm getting to about 6 or 7 now.
Nate Diaz just warming up now. All right, I'm warmed up now. Yeah, so just building the intensity. I like having the mindset of, as Cam once said, in the early years, try and roll like you're doing 25 rounds.
Yeah.
So I try and just 20% build from there, and I find I could go 5, 10, keep just, 30-minute round, no problem.
One thing I'd say, just as an add-on with that as well, because I love those kinds of rounds, is don't just stick to the clock, like you say. Do double, triple, quadruple rounds sometimes, especially if you're in a good flow with somebody.
Yeah.
Get 10 minutes with them, get 15 minutes with them.
Yeah,
unless the coach says, stop, we're doing tech now, keep getting those extra rounds in.
Yeah.
Do an hour round with somebody if you want. Like, you will learn a lot about yourself in that hour round.
Yeah.
And if you're with a good training partner, like, if they're more experienced with you and they just keep tapping you, they should back off a little bit and give you a bit more room to move, so you can create those scrambles, pressure points, and work out deep, difficult spots. And you can also put a bit more pace on them sometimes. It's like you can fluctuate the intensity across the hour. It's fucking win.
Yeah.
I'd
sorry to jump in there. I'd say that's a really common thing, is people trying to win in a 5-minute round.
Yeah.
It's just purely holding them back, isn't it?
Yeah, massively.
So, God, how much jiu-jitsu are you doing in 5 minutes if you're just squeezing and restricting yourself?
Yeah. Fuck all, really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which that actually leads into my second point for optimizing training is I'm not trying to win every round.
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn from exchanges, which is different from winning exchanges. Now, if I'm aware that maybe, again, this goes back to my previous point as well, where if someone's good at arm bars, I want to test my armbar defense against them. Yep. So I'm not going to just give them the armbar, but I might resist a little bit less as they're working towards that armbar. So they're still working on their offense, and I'm working on my awareness of when I'm at risk. Yeah. And then once they go for the armbar, depending on what stage of the defense I want to learn or develop, I will then defend accordingly. And again, depending on what it is you're working on, will depend on who you go with and whether you trust that partner to go there. Sometimes inexperienced players aren't the best to do this with, especially if you're maybe purple, brown, or black belt, and you've got someone who's maybe a 6 months white belt. They spent the past 6 months getting their ass kicked. You give them a little bit of an inch, could turn into them taking the yard, and not in a malicious way, just in a kind of, fucking hell, I'm finally getting onto something, and they just get a bit excited.
Yeah, so it's jump on something.
Yeah, it's like knowing who you're with and doing that, and dropping the ego and actually letting your training partners progress onto you, especially in positions that you rarely get into.
Yeah.
How often, as a brown belt or purple belt or even as a black belt, are you in deep waters from mount or in your back or in arm side control with your arm extended?
Yeah.
If you're not experienced them, you're not working your way out of them, you're not going to know what to do when you actually need to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point, and goes into my third point, which is I kind of vary how I'm going to roll. So I'll have a few months where I'm playing around off my back and playing De La Riva guard because my knees are fucked, and then I'll have weeks where I'm right, I'm going to hammer people and just fucking flatten them out, or I'll have just different style of rounds really. Definitely not trying to win every round, trying to put myself in bad positions. I like to be a defensive. I like to be a counter grappler. Me, if we start a round and someone's on the back, I like people getting me in leg entanglements and trying to take the back or get them into the truck. Or I like the aspect of tricking people and trapping them. I don't really like to play the A side and smash the side control. I only do that to people who are dickheads that annoy me and try and go really hard.
Nice to know you've got
if you're one of them, fuck you. Fuck you if you're one of them. If you're listening, you're like, he's talking about me, I'm talking about you. He always smashes me in side control because you're a dick. Relax. I'm going to keep smashing you.
No, but it's right though. You need to play the different styles of play.
Yeah.
If you look at the ones that progress the most, they have got that A side where they can pin you in side control and just smash look out of you.
Yeah.
But then also they can play light, they can spin on the back, and they can do the pretty looking jiu-jitsu, which is fun to play, a bit more of a game than smash the fuck out of each other.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, you know, you do need to spar hard.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying play around every round, but what I'm saying is, you know, that's what I like to do. I feel like I make the best progress.
No, of course. And I agree with that as well. Like, I think someone who's a avid competitor should follow that format more than anybody else, to be honest. Like, if you look at the wrestlers in America, like, it's a great example of that one. They do everything in seasons. They have the wrestling season where they're just maintaining the skill set, maintaining the body, keeping injuries away, and keeping because you're not going to learn a new skill within a season. You're gonna just have to sharpen and define what you've already got. Out of season is when they're making improvements, they're learning new skills, they're adding new tools to their arsenal, and then they come out of this out of season and back into season. Whereas if you look at a lot of jiu-jitsu players, every fucking month they're competing, or sometimes every fucking week, but they're not actually giving themselves that downtime to add new tools, add the new skills, and work on the weaknesses. For a prolonged period, long enough for them to actually add it into the game.
Yeah, it's vastly different in sport jiu-jitsu than skill acquisition.
Yeah,
would you say?
And I think for my final point, I'd probably ties in quite nicely with everything we said, but asking questions.
Yeah.
So I still do it to this day, where if I'm on a submission and if I thought it was on and they managed to escape it, I'll ask them how close it was.
Yeah.
Because I might have let go too soon, and then I can remember that for the next time I'm in that position.
To break the motherfucker.
Exactly. And just rip it right off.
Bang.
But also as well, if someone gets something on me, I'm going to ask them how they did it.
Yeah.
Because I want to understand this, and when it comes back to it, I want to fuck it up so they can't do it again.
Yeah.
It's all about just sort of further understanding and just getting that feedback all the time.
And you tap.
Yeah,
if something was on.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say I've been caught by white belts, blue belts, purple belts. It's part of the game. And if you're not getting tapped in the training room, you're not going to develop because you're either not letting people get to positions or risky parts where you can actually develop on your weaknesses.
Yeah.
Or you're not rolling. Because if you're not getting tapped, you're definitely not rolling.
Yeah.
I'm sure Gordon gets tapped fucking dozens of times.
More than probably anyone. If you watch his footage, you just put himself in bad positions all the time.
Exactly. And he's the best in the world.
Yeah.
In the gym, average guy, because he's just another body on the mat.
Yeah.
But in competition, he's the best in the world, and he's getting tapped in training all the time.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to finish on. Is don't see training as a competition. I think I definitely see a lot of white belts and blue belts that are tense, warming up, and I have to tell them relax all the time.
Yeah.
Tell them not to be a spaz. And it's just anxiety that they just want to win and they want to win every position. And they think, I'm going to get promoted if I do really well. Well, the opposite. If you've got a coach like yourself, you're going to see that they're not relaxing and not buying into the technique.
Yeah.
It's training, isn't it?
That's it.
Just turn up to train and just train.
And you get a bit by accident.
Yeah.
Like I say. You made it this far in the video, guys. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribed. If you want to know when the next video is, hit the notification bell on the subscribe button. And leave a comment below with any questions you want us to ask as well. And let us know what you thought today. Make sure you tune in for the next one.